Game started.
Merry Fiddler. All right. Merry Fiddler. All right. Let's start off with D4. Let's see. Yeah, last played a few E4 games. Got a French, a Scandinavian, and an Italian game. So D4, Knight C6. I think, what's this called? The Nimzowitsch defense or something? It's, I'm not sure if it's all that great. But I don't have a line against it. I don't really know it. I'm probably playing right into his plan here. He did force my pawns forward, kind of. I didn't really want to exchange the e-pawn. Now, is his e-pawn going to become weak? He's wasted a bit of time with this knight maneuver. What happens if I play h4, h5? Can I just win a pawn? Oh, he can stop me by playing h5 himself. Yeah. But that creates a hole here. Maybe bishop g5. See if provoke move f6. Oh, he just puts the knight there. Okay. Well, I should defend the d-pawn, I think. I can't really take while it's pinned, but it might get unpinned at some point, and then there might be a problem. So let's just castle. Okay, he's got a very solid structure here. Can I go after the bishop? So the idea is queen d2, pawn here, pawn there, chasing the bishop away, but that does not work now that he's played a6. Okay, knight c3. Yeah, he can pin my my knight. It's looking kind of crowded. I'm going to unpin the knight. And what have I got? What can I play here? And keep pushing with the pawn. And play knight to a4, going after this bishop, maybe. Force it back to the corner. But I don't know. Maybe this pawn is a bit of a liability, and I should do something different. I want to kind of play bishop e6, but then this pawn is kind of weak. He may be chasing the knight away, the bishop away anyway. Let's go after his bishop. And now he has a h pawn, which is maybe running. Maybe it's a runner. And a knight on f4, which is a good attacking piece. Hitting my queen. Hitting these squares. So let's just get out of the way, and I'm going to bring a knight in somewhere to, or a pawn to attack his knight. I guess I have to attack it with the knight. Because if I attack it with the pawn, he can play knight here with check. Might be annoying. Merry Fiddler. I've got a weak g-pawn now, so maybe this is no good. Maybe I've played badly already. Well, these pawn moves are a bit suspicious, so. Yeah, just going after that. Before I give it up, is there a way to defend? I guess bishop here defends, queen. Queen g3 defends, knight to e2 check, forking the king and queen is protected for the moment by the knight. Bit of a dangerous move, though. I'm going to play rook to e1 next to get an extra defender on the e2 square. So I do not want that fork to happen. I don't want to give away this pawn for nothing. It seems like, yeah, so he's going to threaten to take my knight. I thought he might try something like that and then fork my king and my queen here, which would be pretty annoying. And then I'm going to play my knight here, hitting his bishop. Also lending more defense to the g5 pawn here, which is still unclear whether that's a strength or a weakness. Well, now he can take the knight and double up these pawns, and that gives me pressure on the b pawn. Okay, so instead he retreats. He retreats his bishop. So now I'm going after the knight. Knight here, and the knight has no moves other than to trade. Yeah, the knight has no moves. So I'm actually threatening to win a pawn even. And eventually, if I can open up things in the center, his king and queen are suspiciously placed on the same file here. Knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, and then maybe threaten to push
check
e. e5, but he didn't allow me to take. He took first. Yeah, so that was probably forced, because otherwise he was going to lose a pawn here on f5, f4. So I don't mind that so much. This creates another target for me on the d file. Any castles? Okay, so let's get a second rook on that guy. Let me think. Is there anything else here? Taking knight here. Yeah, I want to find a way to make a sacrifice on e5 or d6 work, but I don't see anything. Or even h5, g6. Knight takes g6, pawn takes, just opens up the f file. And the knight can't really take h5. Okay, so I don't see anything other than that. Maybe the knight can get over here to apply pressure to the d pawn. Here. Actually, it needed it needed that square where the rook is. Maybe I should have moved the knight first. Okay, but I am threatening to take the pawn, so he has to play rook, some rook to d8, I'm assuming. But there's still no threat on the e-pawn because the rook on d8 is well defended by a queen and a rook. Yeah. So something else. Knight. To h4. Maybe I can think of playing f4, f5, and the knight on f5 would be good. Or exchanging and taking on g6. Okay, so he's going after that pawn. I don't want to give it up. I'm going to give up this. Yeah, I might give up my a pawn. I don't want to give up the. Yeah, I don't want to give up this pawn. But how do I defend it? I guess this way. The bishop is cutting out a number of squares here, which is a bit annoying. So he can play there, and then the queen can drop back to here, but still defending the e-pawn. But I gave up the the advanced G pawn. So let's take his rook. Oh, no, I should have played knight here first. Knight to G3 forks the queen and the rook. Would have been much better. Knight F3. So after knight F3, he could play rook takes rook. He went with the pawn. I was thinking maybe take with the bishop. So maybe I get a pawn back. Maybe I still have some pressure on the D file. I can just play C. Oh no, he can't because he's got to move the queen. So he moves the queen there. This guy is defended now. That's not under attack. So I can grab over here and hit the bishop. So rook, queen, and knight versus rook, queen, and bishop. And material about even. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah. So who's better? If I get rid of all the heavy material, I could win with the outside passed pawn. So that's one idea. He didn't defend the c pawn. Maybe he couldn't. I was attacking the bishop and the c pawn. Let's go here. If he attacks my queen, I can go to d5. The one thing that's kind of nice, when your opponent has the bishop, and there's only one of them, you know that, for example, there's a dark squared bishop, you know that the light squares are pretty safe for your pieces, so it gives you an idea.
Black resigns.
Okay, I don't understand why he resigned in this position, actually. I will take a look at this in a post-mortem. Maybe he was running out of time, but I don't see a winning tactic here, other than, you know, I'm a pawn up and maybe this advanced pawn is winning. Queen to there. Is there an immediate... okay, anyway, I will upload this and do a post-mortem, and we'll see if my opponent was justified in resigning. See you guys later. Bye.